Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Now you've probably seen my Hailuo AI Minimax videos, which you can see some of them here. I'm mousing over and you can see them in action. Super cool for generating videos. But what you may not have realized is that Hailuo AI now has an image creation feature. So within this tutorial, I'm going to show you the Hailuo AI image creation feature. At the time of posting this tutorial, they've got the image-01 model. This says high quality image generation model, excels in portraits. So we're going to do a few things. The first demonstration, I'm going to show you this preset. So you can click presets here and you can choose among a variety of presets that are present. So let's just pick one randomly, Cyberpunk Cityscape. So let's select that. And you can see it fills us in neon lit futuristic city with high saturation purple and cayenne contrast, rain slick streets reflecting city lights, floating holographic advertisements, and flying cars weaving between densely packed skyscrapers. So let's go ahead and generate using the preset. You can see over here it's got the preset that's generating. Depending upon your use case, you may want, which the default, at least for me, was 16:9. That's what you often refer to as widescreen. So if you were generating a still image using Hailuo AI that you plan to use within a traditional video, you would probably want to do 16:9 widescreen. But you've also got these other what are referred to as aspect ratios. So you can see here, you can do this, the 9:16, which if you were posting to, let's say a social media site where you have the tall and narrow, the portrait style, you could do that. And we'll demonstrate that here in a minute as well. But let's see what it created. And by the way, that was a very rapid generation. So not only did it create one photo, which you can see here, which this looks really cool, it created a package of 4. And it looks like there's some sort of drone or something there. You can see the cars. You can see this, in my opinion, kind of looks like a Times Square type environment. But it created all 4 of these very quickly. And I mean, that's amazing how quickly it created this. So now let's do our own thing here. So instead of using any of the presets, and I'm not even going to use my own face for this one. We're going to do something completely random. So let's, and I'm just thinking outside the box here. A helicopter is flying at low altitude over the ocean. The big island of Hawaii can be seen in the distance. There are 2 surfers in the ocean below the helicopter. One of the surfers' surfboards has been chewed by a shark. The shark can be seen swimming away in the distance. The helicopter is attempting to rescue the surfers and has a rope ladder deployed. Okay, so let's read that. Helicopter is flying at low altitude over the ocean, the big island of Hawaii. I don't know if capitalization matters, but let's go ahead and capitalize. The big island of Hawaii can be seen in the distance. There are 2 surfers in the ocean below the helicopter. One of the surfers' surfboards has been chewed by a shark. The shark can be seen swimming away in the distance. The helicopter is attempting to rescue the surfers and has a rope ladder deployed. There are large waves in the ocean. Okay, so we can, as I mentioned earlier, we can do 16 by 9, which is widescreen. We can do the tall and narrow, which is portrait. These resolutions right here are probably the ones for social media that you're probably going to use the most, 16 by 9 and 9 by 16. So let's do the 16 by 9 first. And you can see here it's got a generate quantity of 4. However, you can choose that. Let's just stick with 4. Let's be consistent with what the preset generated previously. So let's let this generate. Let's see what we get. Obviously, this is not something that previously existed within Hailuo AI. This is something that I came up with on the fly in my mind, and I did the text to image. So I typed in what I want the image to be. Let's see what it produces, and let's see if it creates something that would be usable the first time. And I could have gotten a lot more descriptive, but I didn't. But look at this. Okay, so a few things here. There are surfers, there is a shark, there is a rope ladder. Although, is that really a ladder that hasn't expanded? I don't want to get too nitpicky here, but there are no chew marks in the board. I wouldn't say that the shark is in the distance. I would say he's kind of right there with them. There are waves, and you can see the big island in the background. So it got a lot of the elements. Obviously, it got the helicopter. Here's the second one. This looks more like a ladder. There's a shark kind of in the distance. There's one surfer on the board, and then there's something else going on over here. I'm assuming that would be the board that was chewed by the shark. And I've been to Hawaii several times. That definitely looks like the coastline of a Hawaiian island. So that's kind of neat. Notice the helicopter in all 4 of these, it does look like a rescue helicopter. So that's really neat. Now this one right here, I think this is probably the best representation so far out of this group of 4. You can see what looks like a board that's possibly broken. I don't see the well-defined shark teeth marks like I would expect to see, but that definitely looks like a rescue ladder from a helicopter. Did I say ladder? Let's see. Rope ladder deployed, yep. And there's a surfer here and there's a shark, although not in the distance. See, in my mind, I had envisioned seeing a shark kind of in the background, but we can't get too nitpicky. I mean, this is, to my knowledge, the first iteration of this Hailuo image creation technology. So let's do this. Let's keep the same prompts. Let's not modify that. And I could do it again as 16 by 9. Let's just do that first. Let's keep the same, what's referred to as aspect ratio, and see what the next set of 4 comes out as. I mean, this generates so quickly. I mean, I'm doing all of this in real time. So we'll see what it creates here. And notice the helicopter, I would say it did a good job of that. I mean, that looks like a rescue helicopter, as designated by the color. And this does, oh, interesting, different helicopter colors in this one. Okay, so in this one, that's kind of weird. This right here looks like potentially a shark fin. There is a rope ladder. There is a helicopter. There are waves. There is the island in the background. So that's kind of interesting. This one is neat. You can see the shark below the water. Interesting that there's only one surfer, because I said 2 surfers. There's only one surfer visible, so it didn't get everything correct with that. And I'm not saying it's incorrect. I'm just saying its interpretation of what I had in my mind was different. And I mean, it can't read my mind. This right here is interesting. There's one person there, one person there. He's not the pilot, so maybe that's the second surfer. It looks like he's got some seaweed or something on his board. and then the shark's jumping out of the water. Not necessarily the best looking rope ladder, but there is, and you can see an island in the background. So it's interesting how this pans out. Now let's keep the same text prompts and let's do a 9:16. So this is what you refer to as tall and narrow. You know, if you're posting let's just look at the social media sites. A lot of times when you post, you don't want the wide, you want the tall and narrow. So this would be the tall and narrow portrait style image generated format that would be used across a variety of different social media sites. And I'm not going to talk about the specific social media sites. I mean, you know what they are. And you don't have to generate these images for the purposes of social media, but ultimately living in the, as they say, social media age, a lot of people will probably be using this for their social media content. Now, where I see the value add of HailuoAI generation for me is, well, it's kind of twofold. Number one, I can create the widescreen 16:9 aspect ratio. Those still images I can work into my videos, my traditional widescreen 16:9 videos. But then I can leverage these tall and narrow portrait, as you see here, 9:16 aspect ratio. I can use them on my other social media sites to create buzz for my videos on YouTube. I mean, YouTube is my thing. I use YouTube all the time. This is neat. Look at this. So completely different than that guy apparently lost his board, so the shark must have chewed it all the way up. But you can see how it, and there's a rope ladder here. Now, interesting, the shark in this one is in the distance, and possibly that's that surfer's board in the distance with the shark. So that's an interesting shot. This right here, you've got, interesting, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 surfers. I'd asked for 2. But it's still a cool, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's generating this purely from text. Look at that. Now we can get really creative. So we've seen this. Now let's take it to the next level. So what we want to do now is incorporate a character reference. Now, doing this, obviously, you need to make sure you've got permission to use whatever character, whether that's yourself or someone that's given you permission. But in this case, I'm going to use myself. Now, these right here are AI generated. So I could create I could use an AI generated character and then create images using that. So in this case, I'm going to use myself. So now I'm the character reference, and we're going to wordcraft this differently this time. So I'll say the character is surfing off of the coast of Hawaii's Big Island. His surfboard has been chewed by a shark. A rescue helicopter is attempting to rescue the character. Now keep in mind, I'm saying character because this one I'm using character reference, so I'm using myself. And has a rope ladder deployed. There are large waves in the ocean. And then I'll say the character is looking fit. And my expectation there is that when it creates this, I look, like I'm in shape. I mean, I go from extremely fit to a little bit chubby, and then if I get too chubby, I start working out more. But that's just my personal thing. So I want to make sure that this image that's generated using HailuoAI makes me look like I'm in shape. So the character is surfing off the coast of Hawaii's Big Island. The character's surfboard has been chewed by a shark. The character is looking fit and is wearing a gray colored wetsuit.
Let's get really descriptive. A rescue helicopter is attempting to rescue the character and has a rope ladder deployed. There are large waves in the ocean. Now let's see what we get. Let's start with 9:16, which is the portrait. Again, the tall and narrow. Portrait and tall and narrow, those two terms can be used interchangeably. But a little quick trick here for quickly identifying what's tall and narrow and what's widescreen. 9:16 is tall and narrow. Well, if you flip the 9 and the 16, you get 16:9. So 16:9 is your standard televisions. If you're watching HD TV, 4K, Ultra HD, 16:9 will be the standard aspect ratio for a television. You know, a movie, a streaming video, whatever. But keep in mind, there are also videos now, especially with like YouTube Shorts. If I'm filming a YouTube Short video and I wanted to embed a still image within that video, I could leverage 9:16 still images here. Now that's weird. Look at that. Okay, this one's kind of cool. You can see the surfboard has been chewed, although I don't see the shark. Let's do this. Let's generate 4 more. So we're going to click generate here. And see what it comes up with this time. But yeah, that's the cool thing. I mean, 9:16 and 16:9, using these as standalone still images to create buzz for, in my case, my videos, or incorporating them within the videos. I mean, 2 amazing use cases for this technology. I'm so thrilled that HailuoAI incorporated image generation into their tool set, because it's see, I don't, oh, you know what, did I say, okay, I stand corrected. I did not specify. It said it's been chewed by a shark. The shark can be seen swimming away. A gray colored wetsuit with short sleeves. Well, let's get more creative. The character is looking fit and is wearing a gray colored wetsuit top with short sleeves and Hawaiian board shorts. Let's see how it creates that. I'm expecting, you know, surfer shorts that have a lot of Hawaiian looking patterns on them, but let's see what it creates. The character is surfing off of the coast of Hawaii's Big Island. The Big Island of Hawaii can be seen in the distance. The character's surfboard has been chewed by a shark. The shark can be seen swimming away. The character is looking fit and is wearing a gray colored wetsuit top with short sleeves and Hawaiian board shorts. A rescue helicopter is attempting to rescue the character and has a rope ladder deployed. There are large waves in the ocean. Swimming away. Okay, and I didn't even specify in the distance. So let's see what it creates. And that's the beauty of this. It's such a quick generation. Now keep in mind, I specified a quantity of 4. I could specify a lot more, but in reality, for my workflow and for most people's workflows, probably doing 4 at a time, you'll probably get maybe not 100% the results you're looking for, but at least if you continue to regenerate, hopefully you'll get to where you want to be. And you can see here I've added
tweaks to my description with the expectation that I can further refine what it's hopefully going to produce. So this time I'm looking for a short sleeve top with Hawaiian board shorts. So it's going to look more like a surfer. I mean, you know, most people that are surfing, you know, they've got on the crazy board shorts and a wetsuit top so they don't get, you know, too much sun on the upper body. Likewise, I could have no shirt, but you know, oh, that's kind of cool. So this is around along the lines of what I was hoping. Now you'll notice what's missing here. The surfboard has not been chewed, at least visibly chewed. So let's go ahead and regenerate. But we're getting the elements that I wanted now. I mean, you can see the shark, you can see the big island of Hawaii in the background, you can see the rescue helicopter that even has a rope ladder deployed. And curiously enough, there's a second helicopter, you know, maybe that's a tourist group or whatever. But we're getting, as the product of further refining our what's referred to as prompt, we're getting better results. I mean, the results that we want. Now this is kind of strange. The rope ladder is down below the water. But it got the characters looking fit, so you can see I look ripped. So that's kind of cool. This right here, I look fat. The shark's on top of the water. There's a rope ladder there. Let's see. That's weird. He's got a belt on. So there's the need to generate more, but I think now I've got the prompts, which is the descriptive text over here. I think I've got that nailed. Now it's just a matter of running it through a few times and achieving the 100% out. And nothing's 100% perfect, but achieving the wow. Man, I can't believe artificial intelligence created that HailuoAI HailuoAI image. Now this one's kind of weird facial expression. That looks too... Okay, now that board, see the board there? It was chewed by the shark. The shark kind of looks rinky-dink though. And then they did, my character kind of looks weird. I think the best, this one right here, as far as the body type and all that, this was the best for the character. But the sharks and the ladder and all that looks weird. Let's run it through again. Heck, this time let's bump it up to 8. Let's do 8. Okay, so see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now surely out of these 8, hopefully we'll get something that is what I'm looking for. I mean, this is amazing technology, as you can see here, but it's just a matter of learning how to better understand the optimal prompts to achieve what you've got in your mind. That's the semi-uncertainty, is knowing, well, how will HailuoAI, how will artificial intelligence interpret what I'm trying to convey by way of text prompts? And let's just see what it does. I mean, I think we're going to get something out of these 8 that's going to blow our mind. Oh, the shark's under, look at that. Shark's underneath the surfboard. That's goofy. It's got a little bitty baby shark on the board. Well, let's generate another batch. I think we're going to get it. It's amazing. I've said it before. I've said it multiple times, how quickly it's generating these images. I mean, it truly is mind-blowing what it's doing here.
So again, it's doing a set of 8. And as I mentioned earlier, it's nice. This is integrated into the same tool set as HailuoAI video, because you can just go there to go to the video. That's kind of cool. I think that's my favorite one yet. You got the ladder, you got the big owl, you got the shark. I would like to see the well-defined bite marks. And maybe that's what we do. Maybe we go to the text prompt. The character surfboard has been chewed by a shark. Well-defined shark bite marks can be seen towards the front of the surfboard. So let's see what that does. Let's give it another shot. As ultimately we want to convey that the board has been bitten by a shark, and I haven't gotten that yet from what we've generated so far. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I mean, like I said, this is image-01. This, to my knowledge, is HailuoAI's first iteration of this technology, and it's outstanding. But let's see what we get here with that additional revision to the text prompt. Oh, and I noticed a typo. I said the big owlins, plural. I just wanted to say owland. But AI is intelligent enough to, I'm sure it was intelligent enough to spot that. There's a shark biting the board. Now let's do this. Let's flip from tall and narrow to 16:9 widescreen. Let's see what we get. The same prompt. I did take the S out of Big Island. Let's see what it does with widescreen. And this is enabled. It says, when enabled, your prompts will be automatically refined for enhanced generation quality. For face references, consider disabling to maintain focus on your reference image. So that's an interesting tip. And I don't necessarily want focus upon my face. I mean, what I'm looking for here is the overall action. And I just happen to be the surfer. Okay, let's see what we got with this. Now that board is damaged. Would I say that's necessarily a shark? Not necessarily. I wanted to see the bite pattern. That one, that was kind of weird. There's a shark. There's a board. I don't see visible bite mark. I do see a ladder. shark ladder. That's what it tried to make as the bite mark. But I'm not, you know what I'm talking about, the traditional shark's bitten something and you can see the tooth pattern. That's not what I'm getting. That board's upside down. There's the fin. He's holding the rope ladder from the helicopter. This looks like it's been eaten. So that's it right there. I mean, this is my first, actually my first time using HailuoAI image generation, and this is the image-01 model. Obviously, like all the HailuoAI for video, the technology will continue to improve. But I say that, I mean, the technology is already mind-blowing. You know, whether you're using subject reference or if you're not using a predefined character as part of these images, it still does an incredible job, as we had demonstrated earlier with the, you know, using this right here, this futuristic city. So, I mean, it's cool technology, and I'm excited to see how rapidly and how well this will continue to evolve. But check the link within this video's description. I've linked HailuoAI there if you're wanting to create AI-generated videos and AI-generated images like you've seen within this tutorial. It's an amazing tool set. Thanks for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe and check out all of my AI with IrixGuy videos. Check out all my HailuoAI Minimax creations. I've got a ton of HailuoAI videos now and hundreds more coming soon. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.
Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.